Well, if I got elected to city council, the thing I'd like to get into very deeply is just the number of people in the area. It seems to me like a lot of the houses that are going up now, a lot of the buildings are going up. It's to maximize the number of people per square inch that we can fit in, and we don't need that. We just don't need that, and that's one of the issues I'd like to really get involved with is how we can control and keep the neighborhoods the way they are. Everybody have mutual respect for each other and try to live by the rules, and just like you would in any neighborhood. Just be good neighbors. I think I got a lot to contribute in the way of the way I think and those kinds of things. But what's got me most interested in it was some of the direction I've seen the community taking, mainly in the area of construction and buildings that are going up. And a good example you probably just passed is called the Villages. Not very pleased with that. It's not what we moved here to be surrounded by. And I hope I don't get too blunt about the whole thing, but if I wanted to live in Myrtle Beach, I would have lived in Myrtle Beach. If I wanted to live in Hilton Head, I would have lived in Hilton Head. I wanted to just live a nice, quiet, peaceful life on the beach. I have no problem with renters as long as they abide by the rules and we all can get along together. 8 years ago, we started volunteering at the East Cooper Regional Medical Center here. And I'm now the president-elect, which means after the first year, I'll be president of the Volunteer Association there, which got a whole flock of volunteers, and really looking excited because becoming excited because our hospital is moving. We've got a brand new hospital going up, and we're moving into that in the next spring, which is going to be really a lot of fun because of figuring out how where we're going to fit in and what kind of activities we're going to do and that kind of that stuff. I enjoy that. If you want to feel good, do something good for somebody. Make you feel good. So I do that once, twice, 3 times a week, depending on what the need is. I graduated from Duke University. I have an engineering degree in mechanical engineering and was hired directly from college straight to General Motors. The way I picked General Motors was the best job for the best money, and I wasn't committed anywhere, so I just packed up my car and headed to Dayton. And it was very shortly thereafter, I was there probably about 6 months, and I met the girl down in the apartment below us, and that's Mary, who I'm married to. And spent 25 years working my way through the manufacturing organization, which meant I was on the factory floor quite a bit, working with manufacturing processes, tools, equipment, buildings, parking lots, you name it. Anything that it took to produce a blue million parts, good. And economically. So working with people is probably the strongest thing I had that I learned there. As an engineer, however, I tend to take a very analytical approach to problems. I like to base all my decisions on as many facts as I can get, keep the emotion out of it, and add the columns and the rows up and come up with the answer. I grew up in a small community by the ocean, which is one of the reasons we're here. And my father owned a small retail shop, and we depended, the whole city basically, or village, depended on tourists and the tourist trade. And so I guess my point to the whole thing is the commercial side of the business is important, and there's a lot of people that make money, and I understand that, off of tourists. So that is something that is in the back of my mind because that's the way we made our living. I will also tell you they had a lot stricter regulations. I'm running for office because I think I have something to contribute to this community. I would say they'd vote for me because I am approachable, I'm honest, I'm willing to listen, and again, I respect their opinions, and I certainly will take them into consideration. Voting is November 3rd. It's at the usual precincts. If you can't be there in person, you can certainly go down and get an absentee ballot and vote. And of course, when you do vote, remember me, Doug Thomas, and I would appreciate a vote from you. Thank you.